Previously on Unranked.
Hello? Elmo?
We've made crazy new upgrades.
Winkle, winkle, woo, duh. Britt left.
Brooke moved into a studio space that she is renting with a friend. So,
No, I don't know if I like this.
we kind of split.
She's out of your place and now she's living with someone else.
All of us, art supplies and everything is out.
And then we split this area, and she's
Yeah,
got
and
all
all
her
her
shit
stuff is
out,
gone.
and all her shit's gone. I would have you guys all here in the basement, and it would just be us. No interruptions. No girlfriends, no wives, no babies, no 7th graders with 12-year-olds. Oh yeah, fucking losers.
Yeah.
There's just some like dirty wet people from time to time.
Yeah, we got a piss bucket, and then we have more doo-doo, more shark, more doo-doo. Whoa,
Vintage,
but now that
vintage.
begs the question.
Vintage.
Oh.
Vintage.
Oh my god. Is this going to be a weekly
Hello
thing?
and welcome to the 390th episode
What?
of the Unranked podcast.
Doo-doo and Shart.
Shart.
That was
More Shart.
hilarious. That was
Wait, so is
fucking
this going to happen every week?
Yeah, I
How did
feel
you
like
even get the idea for that?
we're on. I got high.
What do you mean, how did you get the idea for that?
It was previously on Lost, but it was just
Previously on
Oh
Lost.
yeah.
I just feel
fucking
like
funny.
every season, we gotta add something. There's got to be something new. Season 3, I look at as the dark season. Season 3 was, the COVID years. It was like COVID started.
We took
like a
stuff
week into
away. We
season
used
th-
we
like-
went we
Yeah,
we took stuff away. We put
scaled
stripped
down.
it down. we put the
Wait, season 3 was extra long, though, right? Like, now we're back to...
I thought it was average sized.
it was average.
Oh, yeah?
Or yeah.
How many weeks was it?
About 6 inches.
Like
135.
There were 135 new Pokemon in that?
Yes. Yeah.
How many are in this season?
107.
Wow, that's a shorter season.
Yeah. So there's a rebuild here. And this person speaking is Christian Humes. We have Alex Tuna Marinella.
Hi.
Dang Weine.
Hey.
Tom Caswell.
uh,
Honestly,
that was really funny. The way
I
that
made-
was put together was really
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
I made this last night. I thought of this while we were playing a game yesterday together, Alex, when I was like, I got a bit. I was like, I've got a bit for tomorrow.
Now
I've
that
wanted to share it all day. I've been so excited.
that clip you showed us, was that a minute and 9 seconds long, or was that like a part of a much longer clip you have ready for later?
No.
I thought it was
That
an
was-
hour at first.
That was a minute. It's I'm gonna try and do 30-second, but I'm gonna do up to 60-second.
You ever notice how
recaps.
Tom's not like a USB loading? No memory card cannot
No
play?
memory
Got
card
no memory.
cannot play? What is happening here?
I'm using I don't know why this thing keeps doing it. It was not doing it last week.
This is amazing.
I gotta tell you, I don't know what you're using, but
He's probably using this. What do you
Your
got? A
USB?
Sony cam?
Yeah.
memory card can't play.
Tom, can you
Sony
get your
cam.
shit together?
He's trying to, man.
It's
Didn't you just listen? Brooke
USB
moved out.
mod
Altered
connection.
right,
Check
Brooke Brooke moved out. Right.
No
Brit-
memory
Brit's
card
got
cannot
plus-
play.
Right. Britt's gone too, apparently. Oh my god. Okay, anyway.
I gotta say, I expected us to be able to just like watch that and then roll right into the episode and not have technical distractions. But here we are.
I mean, we could do it again.
It is the Unranked podcast. No, the surprise.
I think the
Surprises
funniest part of it for me is, of all people, Alex doing the doo-doo shart thing.
Mhm.
He sounds like Dennis, like telling us his plan at the end there. We're
You
all
do
good.
shart-
It's just gonna be
shart-
the boys in the basement.
Yeah, that was fucking funny.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Nothing
I don't know,
sexual.
Oh my
What
god.
is happening?
This is it. This is the episode now. We're just gonna make fun of Tom for his camera.
Yeah, this is the episode where Tom phased out.
Tom's
Great
like
content.
Tom's like season 3. We strip it down. Season 4. Tom's not on video anymore.
Right.
Well, what
Now
the
it's
fuck?
the opposite way? What the hell
Yo,
is
that-
happening?
That really fucked me up when it was turned the other direction.
Yeah, it was on the other monitor.
I gotta tell you though, the other side, because of the light, the colored lights are hitting you, looked cooler.
Yeah. You look cooler.
You looked like you were, in like.
Oh, we are really
way?
getting a whole. Oh, this looks terrible.
Oh, I
dude.
like
You got
this.
junk in the background. You got this looks bad. This does not look good.
And then I have to go all the way over here because my arm only goes
Yep.
extends this.
No, this is terrible. This is
And
terrible.
text like fucking.
Now you're coming in and out on the audio
Did
too.
do you need to restart the computer? Do I need to hit stop record so you can? Because your stuff is still...
It's all good.
All right,
I
you're
mean,
good
I
now.
feel like
Can
no,
you
it's
hear
all
me?
good.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm
Yeah.
leaving this in. The listeners.
Yeah. They love this. This
Then
is what they love. I'm gonna
this
put the
part's
camera
gonna be
Okay,
so
now
good.
you're
This will
freezing
just
every
be the
half
whole
second.
recap for next week. Will be this.
I
Do
know.
you guys just want to play a game at this
It
point?
was like the moment
I've got a game.
that this started happening, I was like, this is gonna be in next week's fucking flashback or whatever.
Mhm.
You know, it's also inspired by One Piece because this is actually something interesting that the manga does. The covers each week, unless it says otherwise, sometimes it'll say like fan request of an illustration. The covers each week are a separate story that's being told like one panel at a time. It's basically like one panel, so they'll use that to like check in on other characters and stuff. It's like very cool, very clever, like way to just do that. I think it's fun.
Very cool.
Let's hop in to today's.
Oh god, we haven't even
Pokemon.
done the Pokemon yet.
No, we haven't done fuck all yet, Tuna. So last week we finished our first of the 3 starters, which means we're joining with our next one. Pokemon 390 is Chimchar. I don't even think I need to waste anyone's time asking you guys what this looks like. But Dan, can you guess what this looks like?
It's probably a water Pokemon.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah. Might be the chimney Pokemon.
The chimney. That's good.
It's the chimney Pokemon. It's
The
the
chimney
Pokemon that
Pokemon's
looks
pretty
like
good.
it should be part of a house, but it's not.
That is pretty good. There's
we're
a
getting
smokestack.
a bridge in the next game or whatever, the DLC. So a chimney fits right in.
And Sword and Shield had that coal miner Pokemon, right? It was like 3 different forms of coal. It was kind of like a
Black
Rhydon style Pokemon.
Oh yeah, that one was cool.
Yeah.
And then they had Galar Weezing, which was like a smokestack.
Mm-hmm.
So
Chimney Pokemon's not that far off.
Chimney Pokemon is right around the corner.
Oh my god.
Right,
All right.
right around the corner.
Let's talk about Chimchar. You know, I think your kid could do a good Chimchar. You could dress up your kid as Chimchar.
She's gonna be Elmo.
Yeah, I mean,
He was talking about your pet goat.
we saw you calling Elmo. Hello, Elmo.
Hello. Hello, Elmo. Yeah.
What do we think about this guy?
He's cool. I like him. I like him a lot. This is when I got back in, right? Because I feel like this Pokemon
No,
looks
it's
very...
the next game.
Really?
Yeah.
Why does he look so familiar?
Maybe I should get you in on this one.
What? I mean,
because this
You know
is
what?
really
I might have
stuff.
played.
because it's a
I might have
fucking
played this
monkey with a fire
one
tail. Nothing special.
later.
Yeah.
I might have played this one later. I might have played it on my own, like on Virtual Console or something
Maybe.
after. Because I remember the whole evolution thing here. Like this is all ringing major bells.
That's very possible because this is the time that I got back into it, and I do remember texting you about getting Pokemon. But I think Black and White. I think after Black and White, you might have been like, "I'm going to dip my toes into what we got here."
Right.
All right, so we've lost Tom.
Yeah,
How
I
do
mean,
we-
I was gonna say something, but I wanted to let you finish it.
No, listen, forget it. No, I don't care. Let's just keep going, and he can join when he can join.
I know. The only shitty thing is that he's running the stream,
Yeah.
which doesn't mean we need to pause the show.
No, but he's back now.
What the fuck?
Hopefully, after restarting his computer.
What's going on?
No, I haven't.
There's no way it was that quick.
I didn't restart my computer. I don't know. The problem is this camera, the fucking Sony camera, is not like if for some reason doing that USB connection thing, which it wasn't doing last week. So what I need now is to use this Logitech Brio, just like my regular webcam, but because Zoom is using it, I can't go into NVIDIA Broadcast to alter the settings. And so I switched the camera in Zoom and try to open NVIDIA Broadcast. But then NVIDIA Broadcast is like, I need an update. And so
I think you've got something else going on here, though.
Back to the Logitech Brio.
Tom, how much porn are you downloading in the background?
You still are like breaking up, and your video is like laggy with your audio. I think maybe your computer needs a restart.
Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in?
All right.
Just because if you had all that shit go, it seems like the memory is hanging.
My computer.
Yeah, we're gonna just talk.
We're gonna keep going though.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going.
Pretend that you're here.
We'll get Chimchar done. All right, let's talk about Chimchar. Can you give me
Well,
more
tell me
more
more
then?
Chimchar. The origin of Chimchar appears to be based on a young chimpanzee. However, the markings on its rear without the flames seem to indicate that it is more a cross between a chimpanzee and a young baboon.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, if the player chooses Chimchar, the wild Starly can defeat it when Chimchar is at 4 HP, bypassing the red HP bar state, which would otherwise cause the Starly to flee. This causes the game to freeze. It has a combined...
what's that like?
Oh, it's like
what's it like when something freezes?
This has a combined 1.56% probability.
Wow.
That's pretty high.
That's pretty
considering.
high. That's a pretty pretty high issue that they left in the game.
No one will do it.
This cannot happen with Turtwig or Piplup, as Chimchar's base HP is the lowest of the three. I don't know why. I feel like I'm having problems speaking.
Yeah,
you are.
It's not great
because you've been imitating your daughter too much,
right?
And now
yeah,
you've forgotten how to speak.
Chimchar reminds me of Gunter from Futurama.
Gunter,
the monkey when they go to college.
Oh
the monkey's like wearing the hat.
Yes,
and can talk because he's wearing the hat.
Here's my whole thing with this Pokemon. This is where the whole firefighting nonsense
started.
Began. Yep. And then they double down with the next generation. It was like, are you fucking kidding me? 3 in a row.
Yeah, they didn't let it go.
They did not. The thing about this Pokemon, not only does it have the same typing as Torchic, you know, like it's going to become firefighting and everything, but the final design somehow looks similar too. I think the Chimchar, though, like comparatively, I think Chimchar is way better than Torchic. The whole line, beginning to end. Every evolution, better design, more interesting, cooler. It's just unfortunate it comes second.
Right.
You know?
Chimchar.
Like happy he'd be good friends with Aang.
Sure.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Chimchar may be a combination of chimp and char, meaning to burn.
May.
What are the likelihood of that, though? Like
1 point.
May.
No, I think it might be the other side of that. It might be the 98 point, whatever.
Yeah, May, I guess, could be anywhere from
April to June,
1% to 99.9%.
Oh, nice. Are better.
Yeah.
Cool.
So what's been going on?
It's a good Pokemon.
What's been going on?
Well,
I don't want to talk about the first thing first. What I do want to talk about is...
What are you talking about?
Well, you'll find out.
Now it's not the first thing.
Well, it's going to be the third thing. So the first thing I want to say is I started a
first
show.
Thing's third.
Right. So I started a show called Foundation.
Finally.
Okay. Everyone, calm down. I've only watched 2 episodes.
Sure.
Okay. It's a little. I like it. Okay.
Listen.
I'm going to
critique away. There are a lot of things that can be critiqued with this show. We like it a lot, but we don't think it's like perfect by any means. No, I think it is all that, but it's
missing the chips.
Like some of the chips are stale. There's some chips, but the good chips are great.
Okay, so here's what I will say with this show. I don't know, Dan, if you've seen it. So It starts off. First of all, I want to say that I love Jared Harris. I love Lee Pace.
This is a Jared Harris household.
I know. It's Lee Pace, right? Lee Pace is the guy. Yep. And I love the guy that plays Raish.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I like him a lot. I think he's great. I think he's very good.
But
now, what I will say is that the story and the dialogue can become, at least in the first 2 episodes, can become so technical and so focused on, quote, the math, that as this like abstract, but you kind of understand what they're talking about. But it's almost like, I don't want you to dumb the dialogue down. I want you to make it understandable to the point where I can follow the flow of the conversation in a coherent, excited way.
Sure.
Whereas when you just say, oh, the math, I'm like, oh, the math, here we go.
The second season's doing a better job with that.
Yeah, I would assume. But I will say the cliffhanger on the second episode has me very intrigued to go and check out the rest of the season. Because I will say it was a little slow. It was a little... there was a lot, like, it seemed convoluted, some of the stuff, and just let's go pick it up. make me understand what's going on with the show.
Sure.
I'll say it again. I really liked Silo. I liked Silo so much that I bought the book.
I thought you were gonna say you bought a farm.
No, and I started reading the book. The book is very good. I'm really enjoying the first of the 3-part book series. So that has been great. And then in terms of playing things, I started playing the Golden Idol.
Oh, the Switch
for my
game.
free time. Yeah, like when I have like 20 minutes to do some puzzles. It is such an awesome deductive reasoning game. It's
like it.
So good. It's fantastic. I really enjoy it. I really like just like hanging out for. Is that a gnat? Might be a gnat down here. I really enjoy just booting up, quick 20-minute play sesh, figuring out the clues, figuring out who the people are, figuring out the answers. It's been great fun. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Is it first person view?
No,
it's as if you're reading. It's like a 1994
it's a point and click adventure
game.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
And characters don't move, so you're just going. It's like flipping.
So I can play it. You're saying?
Yeah. It's a point.
It's fun. It's an interesting, and the story is actually really cool.
It's really good.
It's a really good story, and the game is really good. And I feel like they've done the mystery investigation genre.
The first chapter I was kind of like, all right, and the second one I was like, that's pretty good. But I did think like, oh, this is going to be hard to follow. But actually, the way that each murder, like as it goes forward in time, has been like connected, I'm like, oh, this is actually great. Like I'm getting really invested in it. I got to go back and finish it. I think I only have like 2 left, maybe 3. I will say I got stuck on one.
Oh,
and of course it's like sometimes it's like, oh, you just didn't notice this thing the whole time. It was just like, or you just didn't. But so if you get stuck, I put it down. I remember I was looking at it all night when I was starting to get real mad. I couldn't figure it out. I put it down, then I just stopped playing it again. And then we had Brendan on. Were you here for the episode that Brendan was on, my love? So he was like, oh, like that was the last game that I loved. And I was like, oh, I should go back. I picked it up that night. I solved it in like 10 minutes because I had to remember everything. I didn't remember anything. And so when I got all the info again, my brain was just like, oh, well, clearly. Yeah. And then it just, fell into place. But
it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and it's a good, like I said, like I'll keep my Switch here on my desk in case I'm just like, I need a break for like 10, 15 minutes, boot that up, play that. It's been fun. Hit me with a quick, this downloading for this app is insane. That's what Tom
downloading
said.
For what app?
Who knows what he's talking about? Hit me with
just open Zoom. We don't, it's, what this is? He's like, well, I got to get my camera working.
He's trying to do all fancy.
The NVIDIA thing. Like, it's like, just put your, like, you look like you're on the surface of the sun sometimes now, Tuna, and other times it looks crystal clear. It's fine.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
When I stream our stuff, I just have Zoom, and it's in the background of an overlay, and then sound is on.
We're not submitting this to the podcast awards.
No, one could argue probably not many people are going to see it, so it really doesn't matter.
Right. So here's hit me with the complaint music. We'll do this without Tom.
Wow.
This is
he's gonna be jealous though.
It's
this is very quick. Listen, I didn't realize it was gonna be the twofer.
I don't have the short one on here.
Yeah, okay. So I really think that we need to have like some agreement with the insects of the world. Like we need to be able to say to them, listen, like this is our house, right? You don't come in here and we won't kill you out there.
What's stopping you from making these agreements?
They don't understand English or reason.
Have you tried?
I did try to talk to a fly once because I didn't understand why. I opened the door for a second to grab the mail, and this fly flew in. And it was like, dude, you're gonna die in here. Like, why? Like, you shouldn't have come in here. Yeah. This was a bad move. Stop coming in our house. If the door opens, stop coming in.
What's your move? You got like a spider. What is your?
Oh, spider! I leave.
Oh
yeah. You had that. Was it Frank? You named a spider in your old place?
You leave any spider? We have some poisonous spiders here. I get. Okay,
I do not have a poisonous spider here. I let the spiders live if they're in the unfinished part of the basement behind me.
Sure.
I let them live in there and capture whatever shit they want to get.
Sure.
So I let them live.
Yeah.
Until they fall into my. I have sticky traps around for the crickets that sometimes get in here.
You got a cricket.
The camel crickets.
Yeah, they get in like everybody's house.
They jump pretty high.
Yeah. So
Where
I
they get in from?
I have no idea, but they're everywhere. They were in my mom's house. They're in my house. They're always here. They somehow get in.
Yeah, usually it's probably because the drainage part of your laundry room or side storage room usually will have like a patch of dirt and they will crawl through, like they'll just burrow in.
Yeah, they're in. So I catch them on the sticky pads. But then the spiders get caught there too.
It's to help with flooding, but when there's no flooding, there's no flooding.
So the other one I had is the mosquito. How have we not developed, right? The mosquito is the most annoying creature on the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Right, besides us.
And if you killed them all off, it really wouldn't.
We're working on it.
They're trying. They're trying to make it. Like there's scientists working on capturing them to send them back out into the wild so they reproduce in a way that
they can't. They're genetically engineering, destroying them.
Well, let's go move it along. Like, come on.
The concern is again some time. The knock-on effect of we've already eradicated so many of the insects that you start seeing these articles and you think about it for a second and then you're like, ugh. Do you remember how much louder it was outside as a kid?
But my point is, I thought I read an article that argued it was probably big anti-mosquito company that was like the mosquito is not needed.
It's one of these things that I keep reading as well. They say this, but
that's because
needed.
It won't have an effect.
It's not a part of any systems that we care about, but we can't guarantee that a lot of things don't fucking eat them because we know things.
Yeah, like dragonflies definitely eat mosquitoes.
They don't eat them fast
among other things.
They don't among other things. They're fucking eating me.
If you take away all the mosquitoes, they might eat too much of the other things, and then it'll start impacting more systems.
Yeah, but my legs are itchy. So
we just genetically engineer the mosquitoes to not want to eat humans.
Just blood. Just no more blood. Eat I don't know, candy.
I don't know.
Yeah. Can we make the mosquitoes eat go after some other shit that we don't? Poop. Can we make the mosquitoes eat poop?
Oh my god, mosquitoes should eat poop.
With that won't spread disease. I just think we should just no one should leave the house ever. That's it. Just put a fan on me. Put me in VR.
Put a fan.
I'm good.
Do you have a fan down there for when you play your Oculus?
I do.
Yeah, you got it.
I think that it's conking out though recently.
So. What, the fan?
Yeah.
What kind of fan is it?
Blasco, but I've left it on for 2 years straight.
Sure. Is it a tower fan? Is it on a
tower?
It's a tower.
Wait,
no, it's a stick.
Ever? Oh, it's a stick.
It's it's a stick with the circle on the top. And no, I never turn it off. It's always on.
Weird. Usually, because it's a fan and not an air conditioner, if you turned it off, nothing would change. You could just turn it back on next time you come downstairs, type thing.
Right, but I have to go walk over there to turn it
on.
I assume you'll be standing when you come down the stairs.
It's a 15-foot walk.
There's plenty of things that I just leave on all the time because I've looked up. I'm like, that's going to cost me $12 if I let it run all year. I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to leave it on.
Well, there's no way that this fan is costing me that much.
It's more of a is the fan going to be broken thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. If it breaks, get a new one.
I got myself the Vornado. Pretty good. Powerful. Powerful. Cost effective. I have it.
Right.
So I sit on my couch a lot when we do this, and my desk comes down to just above couch level, so it's like right over my knees, and I slide it forward to me. So there's no clear shot for the fan because it's ground level. So I actually shoot it up under the desk, and so I have cool air because it hits the top of the desk, and it's just I have this constant breeze right now coming at me, like
it's very nice
by the legs and coming up. It's very nice, cooling.
Yeah. So Chris, I know you have a game, but it's looking maybe that Tom is not coming back.
Wait, what?
He just said he thinks the problem is actually the internet, and Dan made a nice joke that Brooke took that with her too. So, but it's looking more like Tom is not coming back.
We'll just have him play with his lag. That's fine.
Oh, jeez. Rejoin Laggy Boys.
We just won't have him stream it. It's fine. I'm sorry.
I'm just telling you. I didn't know if you wanted to wait a week or something. I don't know. To work on this. So
I'd rather we get him back in here for this.
All right.
And then so that we can have him on the episode because we're clearly we're not talking about anything because we kind of want to wait.
Well, no, there's one thing that
Alex was
No,
busy
there's just
complaining
one
about fucking
thing.
mosquitoes. Like it's
Yeah,
a new
so we're done
fucking
with the
thing.
complaint. We can move on to Dan, and then there's just one thing that we're holding back, and we're just waiting for Tom to come in here because he'll be jealous that he didn't do it. And Dan can't be jealous because he doesn't have the thing that we're talking about. So
Gonorrhea?
yeah.
Gonorrhea.
So anyway,
Well, it
Dan,
might surprise you, didn't it? No, I'm just kidding.
If you got gonorrhea, you got to go to the dermatologist, get that frozen off.
got it from a tractor.
From a tractor.
Let's see. Last week or so, I've been playing a couple games.
What was your birthday last week?
It was it
Was
last
it?
week? Yeah, what? Well, it was yesterday, last episode when we recorded. But
It was yesterday, last episode when we recorded.
it's been a week and a day.
Oh yeah, my bad.
So anyway,
Wait,
I
what?
finished season 4. Basically Tuna thought this was the first episode after my birthday. It's not.
Oh, I
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah. So I finished streaming Buffy season 4, which was interesting.
Buff.
Yeah.
How was it?
Interesting.
Okay. How many seasons of Buffy are there?
I think there's 7.
Oh, okay. So really, I feel like
Yeah.
Buffy consumed like my Buffy was. I feel like Buffy was always around during my childhood
Because
and
your
teenage years,
childhood is really young.
and, I know.
Yeah, I feel like that was
it's a really
99
short
through
period of time.
What's crazy,
2006
Chris?
or so.
Seriously, what's crazy to me right now is that you've been away longer than you were here. Like that is crazy
That's
to me,
true.
and it's been a lot longer.
That is
Like
true.
the other thing I was thinking about is the time between when we started playing Halo,
Yeah.
right, to right now,
Yeah.
is the time in between that is around 18 years. The like my entire
Wow,
like,
we've been online gaming for that long.
yeah,
It's crazy
because I just turned 36 or whatever, but I just turned 36. We started playing before I turned 18.
Sure.
So
yeah,
that's honestly,
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
whole notion of like your
Yep.
childhood feeling longer is just
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, go ahead, Dan.
No, I agree. Yeah, can't get it back. We're all
Yeah,
just
no, I can't get it back.
one
Go
step
on,
closer to the grave every day.
Dan. Thanks.
Let's see. I also finished season 8 of Taskmaster, so I didn't start 9 yet.
8.
Oh, hell yeah.
Eight
is one of my favorites. Lou Sanders, Ian Sterling,
Oh,
Yeah.
Sterling.
Paul,
Yeah, he's funny.
Cinnamon, Paul Cinna.
Yeah. I
That
love
was really
there's
fun
one
season.
when Ian Sterling, I feel like when Joe or something like calls him out on something and Ian Sterling goes, "Where the fuck did this come from? Like what the fuck is going on?"
Yes, yeah,
So funny. So funny.
I think I just watched that one last night. I can't remember what it was about now. Oh well.
that season had some of the coolest games because I really like you know how every season they put a new location in. They started doing that season doing the train station. Like
Yeah,
the
that was a fun
abandoned
thing.
train tracks was a great location where they did some cool games.
Mhm.
Yeah, the real life like long distance like green light red light.
That was
fun.
amazing. That was so fucking cool. I
Like,
watched that like God. I would play this all day long. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I mean, it was good. It was good. I also tried playing Maquette, which I know is on Game Pass.
Oh,
and
yep.
I liked the game a lot. And that's the problem. Because like I like that it's like a little fun story. It's about like this relationship they're talking about, and all the puzzles are related to that and somewhat. And the puzzles are fun and like interesting, and I love how they did everything. And the problem is my brain and my fucking gaming sickness, apparently is what it's called. We found out the other day. Can't handle it.
Mm.
And it seems to be first person games that I can only handle them in short bursts. So like that's the reasoning we think for Halo doesn't do it so much for me, because it's tops a 12-minute game, right?
Sure.
And
Yeah.
then like between games I'm not staring at the screen in a first person viewpoint. I'm on a menu.
Well, you also have things like the crosshairs in Halo.
Yeah,
as
it helps a
well.
little bit, but there's crosshairs in like other games I've played that I get sick from. So
Maquette put out
As
like an
Tuna pointed out.
update, I think, to disable like motion blur and some other stuff that might help with motion sickness. But
maybe.
I've seen
But
some
I-
games have like features for that. But
I played it for about 45 minutes the first time.
Mm.
And then as I was reading everything, they were like, well, if you do it in short doses, it wouldn't be that bad. And I was like, oh, I'll try it again. So then I went in the next day after telling you guys I could barely play it. And I think I played the game for about 20 minutes and then sat on a couch staring at the wall for about 45 minutes, just trying to get my brain back to normal. So I was like, this probably is not worth it.
Hmm.
This is hurting more than it's doing anything else.
Yeah.
see.
So what'd you do? What'd you play instead? Just Fall Guys?
So when I streamed, I ended up. I've played some Fall Guys, but they were supposed to come out with a new fucking season, right? Because they're like, oh, it's the end of this. But they just put out a new battle pass with Final Fantasy 14 characters in it. But everything else is generally the same. They unvaulted some levels. I think like, Perfect Match is back.
I didn't know they vaulted levels. That's so fucking stupid.
Oh, they vault levels constantly.
Oh, I hate that.
But yeah, they unvaulted some of the ones we hadn't seen in a while, which is better than not, I guess. But it's still not a new season.
I like Fall Guys. I want them to have some competition. I think they need competition.
Something. Or just
I hope Stumble Guys does it. Because Stumble Guys is doing the thing I kind of wanted to see out of Fall Guys, which was to like do more, like lean into the game show theme more. And now that they're getting the, what is it, Hot Wheels and Nerf IP, they're gonna have that like Nerf mini game levels, and they're gonna have the Hot Wheels levels. So,
yep.
I don't know.
Also,
that's cool.
Played some more Goat Simulator 3 with Wolfslayer on stream the other day.
Oh, nice. How's
Goat Simulator 3 is fun. I like that game a lot. It's complete nonsense in a good way. And that's what it's supposed to be. Like, all the challenges are just stupid.
Yeah.
Like, it's just completing shit that's dumb, but it along the way, you're just a goat destroying everything that's path. So,
what's the environment in Goat Simulator 3? Because the second one was like a city.
This is the second one.
Oh, right.
It's a joke. There's no two.
Well, so wait, what is the new one then?
It's just Goat Simulator 3. It's not that new. I just happened to get it more recently.
Got it. Okay.
It is in a city, but there's also like different areas. Like there's a farm. There's all sorts of stuff.
Got it.
And it's a big world you can go destroy.
Okay. I think I might have actually played that then. I thought when you were saying this, I thought it was like a new one for some reason. Like, even though I remember you saying that whole thing about the sequel.
Yeah, one fun thing was we found one of the guys who works at the IKEA in the game, Sven's house. It was like the project was like, help Sven put together his thing. And so after doing that, it opens up like a portal and you jump through it and you're in the IKEA warehouse.
Oh, great. I think you're stuck in a
bunch of shit in there. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So stuff like that where it's just dumb, funny shit.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Recommend
it's like a scavenger hunt.
You can play multiplayer, which is huge. You couldn't really do that in the first game. So yeah. Anyway.
Cool.
Someone's back. Laggy boy himself.
Yeah, Laggy boy himself. Here he is. He's probably not going to talk the whole podcast.
Why would you think that?
What else is he gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know. The internet is just like not work. I think so. I don't know. Maybe it is the Wi-Fi on the computer.
Are you itself. Not? You're not wired.
The problem is, I mean, I could wire up right now because
no, you don't have to. You're here. Just stay.
Stay.
I know. But the problem is that remember how like I was having issues with like connecting to Google Google services. So I can't, if I'm doing the YouTube stream, I can't be using the fucking Ethernet. I don't know. I'm cursed.
I mean, look, Tom, like I've never had a problem with my internet. I don't know what's going on over there. But okay. So Tom, how's it going? How you been?
Good. Yeah, no, been good.
Cool. So here's what happened yesterday. So yesterday, Chris finally convinced me to download Walkabout mini golf for the Quest.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. This VR mini golf game is to me like the best VR game and the perfect game for VR. That I have ever seen, and it works perfectly. It's a shit ton of fun. Chris and I played around last night, and it was just like fucking awesome. Like it was really cool to be there. I actually felt like I was on the course, even though it's like a cartoon, but it still felt like I was there. Chris and I just shooting the shit. The way you move around the course, the way that you hit the ball, the way that you can just line up with the ball, and the club just adjusts to your height. Everything about that game is so fucking good. Then there's the part where you have to find the balls, which is on every hole there's a hidden ball, which is a ton of fun. Then there's a scavenger hunt on hard mode. This game is like everything you would want out of a simple, calm, chill video game. And I had a shit ton of fun. And now I'm seriously contemplating buying a PSVR 2 to get just so it looks better. Just so it doesn't look like
it looks so good.
I'm sure, because from far away, I was asking Chris. I was like, "Do you see those flowers over there? Are they crisp for you? Because they're not crisp for me. Like, they don't look good for me. Like, are they like what does it look like on your screen?"
Yeah, you can't see the pixels in the PSVR 2.
No,
you can
and
see
I will,
the filter, the diffuser, but you can't see the pixels.
and I will say one last thing on a plus for this game. I hooked up Britt into it. Loved it. She was like, "This is real." She admitted, she was like, "This is really cool," and I was like, "It is really fucking."
You know
cool.
what's
it
cool,
is...
Tuna?
What's that, Christian?
You get that PSVR 2. She hops in on the Oculus. You go on the PlayStation VR 2, and you can play with each other.
No, I see you two do this.
Wink.
I keep the lives separate.
He doesn't shit where
okay?
he eats.
Right.
Sure.
I like right. So there's what was this in Seinfeld? There's
worlds are colliding.
George, yeah, exactly. So there's the George here, and then there's the right. So there's the Tuna that comes into this basement. This is his sanctuary. This is where he goes. She doesn't know what goes on down here. She doesn't want to come.
No
down.
girlfriend.
I think she knows what goes on.
No
there. Fucking
wives.
nothing.
Right. There is nothing. Right. So this is where I go. I don't want to mesh that with this.
Sure.
This stays separate. That is for other times. This is now. So
The future is now.
This mini golf, that Oculus.
You were just so excited that you had to show her, but you were like,
I
but
did.
You can't play it, basically, is what you
basically did say that. Well, here's the thing. I
She
knew
can play on her own in the
when she put her down, she put the kid down for a nap, and I was like, "You got to check this out. It's really fucking cool." And she did, and she was like, "Oh, it's really, really cool." And I knew what was going to happen happened.
What?
After 3 holes, she was like, "Okay, I'm done."
Yeah,
and that was it.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Perfect. You experienced what I wanted you. You experienced what I wanted you to experience. You got the gist. You think it's cool.
No desire to take this to the next level.
You don't, right? Exactly. You're not going to approach down here. You're not going to tell me, "Hey,
holes.
Can I have the quest to play mini golf?" You're not going to bother me down here. You're not going to take over, right? So that's it. And now it might justify the PSVR 2 purchase. So we shall see what's in the cards.
It's really funny because every time we play
it's incredible.
the mini golf game,
we
constantly are being like, "Oh, Tuna's got to find his headset, or he's got to get a PSVR because he would love this game." And I gotta say, I had high expectations for your reaction to this, but your adoration for it, like, I think exceeds that. Like, you are even more like, "Oh my god, I am willing to drop the $550 right now to play this."
I knew it. I told him
there
last
is this
night.
mode.
I was like, I fucking knew it. I knew this is what your reaction would be, which is why everything you said before is what I've been saying for months, because I'm like, the second he fucking steps into this game, he is going to immediately be like, "This is the greatest thing I've ever done."
The fact that in this game as well, you can hit a button and you will zoom out as if you are a fucking Titan on this miniature miniature golf course, like the miniature golf course, right? And Chris is on the course, and I can see him playing on the course, and I can push my face into where he is, and he sees my avatar's face. It's incredible. Yeah. And the fact that they've mixed mini golf with each course has a hard mode, which is amazing. Then they put a scavenger hunt in there and also a collectibles. I mean, come on. This is my game. Like, this is a game that was like made for me. I can't believe it. It's so good. It is. Oh, got to get that PSVR 2.
I'm so excited because I've been saving off playing several holes. Probably to your surprise, Alex, how many I still haven't collected the balls or done the fox hunts on, because I was like, "Oh, I'm going to try and wait for Tom for these." But I've been slowly growing impatient to play with Tom and just playing the courses on my own. But now you were like, "All right, which ones haven't you done?" So that we
I want to know which ones you haven't done, so I'll just do those on my own. And no, I'm sorry. Which ones you've done? So I'll do that on my own.
I'm going to do all the ones you haven't done.
Right. Just to fuck this whole thing.
So you're going to play. We're going to play tomorrow if Chris is still available on stream. If you want to join.
Yeah. Cool. It's a good excuse too, because I was like, oh, like last night when I played, like Chris and I played from like 10:30 last night to like midnight ish, and I didn't get any like, "What were you doing?" or anything, because there was like this understanding that like I haven't broken out the quest in like 2 years.
Yeah.
So now it's like, oh, like this is back in action.
Rotation.
This thing.
Fashion.
What's going on? So then it was like, all right, fine, yeah, all right, Chris, okay. So
I'm curious, where are you playing? Are you playing behind your couch where you're standing? Is that where you play?
No, I moved. When I play, I move my couch back this way, and I have this big area.
That's what I figured you would do.
Yeah.
You got to be careful of that pole, though.
What pole?
The big metal pole.
Yeah, no, I put the...
You just got a hazard while you're playing.
Yeah. Well, you know.
I mean, you can't do anything about that. That's just there.
No.
You got to just put something... Put some foam around it or something before you crack your head on.
Foam pole.
So I did hear you almost hit your TV yesterday.
Yeah, I almost hit my television. I was disoriented. I didn't know where I was.
That's hilarious.
What was really funny, Tom, is there was one part where, but this is the whole thing about VR. Like sometimes your brain just gets totally fucked up, even though it's obviously not real. I tried fly mode, and the first time I tried fly mode, my brain immediately was like, whoa. Like I felt off balance immediately.
Fly mode in the golf game?
Yeah, you can fly around.
This guy doesn't even know about fly mode?
No.
Unbelievable.
Is it? Did they add it?
No, we just didn't realize it was there.
Okay. So what is it?
You fly with the stick.
You fly around with the stick. You point the stick in the direction you fly.
Can you do it on any of the courses and stuff?
Yeah, you have to point your stick up in the air and then hold forward like you're gonna teleport, and it'll start vibrating, and then you just take off.
You just take off like fucking Mary Poppins.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
You take It
would be better if it moved with your head instead of the stick, because you have to remember to like turn with it so you don't get like kind of nauseous. But
you do get nauseous.
Awesome.
It is awesome. But there was also a point where I started because you can talk. There's an avatar, so there's a face that actually the mouth moves and everything. And Chris and I were in a conversation, and I was holding. I was like, oh yeah, there's two things I really want to do, and I'm like holding up two fingers to his face, and I'm like, oh yeah, he can't see that. Like he can't see the two fingers that right. And then there's this fence, and when we were searching for a ball, there was this like virtual fence on the golf course, and I bent down to look to see if there was a ball, and I like put my hand out to grab the fence rail and fell. And I was like, and I called Chris over. I'm like, you see this fence right here? I tried to grab this fence. Like that's how much. Like sometimes your brain is just like.
Wait till you get strapped into the PSVR 2 and it's like 4K OLED screens. You're gonna be your brain is gonna be scrambled. You're gonna be coming out of that like not believing what's real anymore.
So Alex has been asking me, should he just get PSVR 2, right? And I've been ambivalent about it because I was concerned he would hate the fact that it is wired, and I just didn't want to hear about complaints about the cord. I'm just after I made one mistake in like 2008 with a video game called Ilo Milo, which came out of
what?
Okay, so actually I think it was 2010 because it was Windows Mobile. It was a game for Windows Mobile that came to Xbox 360, and
it sounds like such a recipe.
It was a 2-player puzzle game. It was a 2-play, like there's 2 characters on screen. It's a puzzle game. And I was like, oh, this looks great. I was like, this is a great co-op puzzle game that we can play together. Alex pumped, we get it, and it was local only. It doesn't work online.
So I have never trusted. It's been a stain on his recommendations for the last.
You fuck up once, it's like the soup Nazi. You fuck up once with Tuna. I've never heard the end of it. So like with Walkabout Mini Golf, I finally convinced him to go download it and charge the quest.
It finally happened.
Oh wait, you don't even know what happened with this first.
You're walking on thin ice.
No, because he tells me because he's been saying it. He's been saying like, oh, it works. We can crossplay. I'm like, okay, fine. So finally, I'm like, you know what? I finished Zelda. I finished Pikmin. Fuck it, I'm gonna download it. You know, I'm ready. I go to download it. I have to update the quest up the wazoo, by the way, because I haven't updated in 2 years.
Yes.
That took forever.
Yes.
Then I go to the store and it says not supported on Quest 1. And I text him.
Right.
And I was like, this motherfucker, here we go again.
Tom, I had like a panic attack when I saw that text. I was like, no, I can't do this again. I was like, he already is so suspect of anything I recommend because of this one time. I can't have this happen again. And
Milo in 2008.
But here's what happened. It was very confusing. How did you
get it to work then?
It just very confusing. Yeah. It's no longer supported because but Meta's like we are no longer going to be like supporting the Quest 1 line. So like game devs and like new content has to all be built for Quest 2, the new platform forward, right? However, this game already worked with Quest 1. So basically, outside of one of the DLCs that's come out and the future stuff that's going to come out, it still works. but it doesn't say it's supported. So like I checked their help center, and the help center, the person was like, well, you could have downloaded it, but now that version's not available. And I tell Tuna, I'm like, I can't fucking believe this. This is unbelievable. But then the ticket that I had also opened with the support center got back to me, and they're like, no, you can totally download it.
Wait a second. So wait, in the middle of this, you are so hell-bent on getting this to work that you haven't
fucking played it. I've been asking you to play for like 2 months. I'm trying to play some mini golf.
But I'm just saying, it's just so funny that like will like.
But let me tell you something. I was never going to trust another
that I'm going to actually reach out to the help center.
Well, the good news is I'm already on their Discord, so I just went to the,
Gotcha. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was just never, because that night, right? Like that night, I'd given up and I went to bed because, and then I woke up to text from him in the morning. But it was that night I was like downloading stuff on Quest, like updating my trying to get a charge, replacing the batteries in the controller. I spent hours, honestly, getting it up to speed because every single it didn't, for some reason, the Quest didn't update all in one. It like took like
you have to do it in steps. So
it took like 4 steps to go, and when it finally was like, because nothing was loading in my Quest either, I'm like, oh, maybe the Quest is dead. But then finally it was like, oh no, here's the store, here's everything, you're good. And then it was like Quest 1 not support. I'm like, you fucking fuck. I spent hours. You fuck. You did it to me again. You did it to me again.
Did a Isle of Milo me.
I woke up, I think, to a text from Alex being like, all right, I'm gonna download it and try or something. Which if I didn't have that, I was so sure it would work. I was prepared to just buy it on Oculus, like gift it to him to be like, just go download it, it will work. Because it's like, this isn't happening, not this time.
It
was really fun. I look forward to playing tomorrow.
There it is.
Time.
We got to get you in a knock too when you get that PSVR Tuna.
Oh, what?
It's the bow and arrow game I told you about.
Bow and arrow Rocket League.
It is cool. It's very cool. They have a social hub area where you can just like fuck around now. And there's like a golf ball thing. You can play. There's like a lot of cool stuff. So you mentioned that we were going to play last Thursday, but we're going to play tomorrow instead. So last week I couldn't play because I went and did something that was pretty fun. Hyper RPG last year worked with AMC. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Fear HQ with AMC.
Yeah.
So Brendan Winfrey works for them and has worked with them for a long time. And actually, Brendan Mylove, who suggested Case of the Golden Idol to you, Alex, when he came on the show, he was in one of 4 short films I went to see. So Hyper RPG produced these 4 short films. Matt was like an AD on a couple of them. One was written by Kelly Nugent. One was made by Brendan Winfrey. One was made by Chloe Dykstra, and one was made by Clark Wolf. So all the directors and writers were there. They played their 4 short films. They're all horror films. It was really awesome. These are probably like the 4 best like shorts I may have ever seen. Like horror shorts are often not that good. These were all really, really good. Awesome. My favorite one was a game show starring Iffy. I don't know if you're familiar with Iffy. Yeah. It's called Late for Fate. That was Brandon's that he made. He wrote and directed that one. It's really he wrote it. I can't remember if he was the director on that one. It's great. It's really, really cool. It was a great time. Got to see a lot of people that I hadn't seen in a while, which was like a funny thing because it just like circles of people that I haven't seen pre-pandemic. And I was like, oh, I haven't seen you in 4 years. You're alive. Great. Good to see you. Everyone like seemed kind of like, oh, I haven't seen a lot of people here. People remember me? Like same conversations with like 1 million people. And then my old EP was there from G4. Matt invited him, and he also worked with Chloe because he was over at like Geek and Sundry and Machinima and the original G4 and stuff like that. Have you guys watched? Because I was talking to him about this show. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this show. Have you guys watched How To with John Wilson? I don't know if we've talked about this, but I love this show.
No.
The thing that'll get Tuna to watch is that it is a Nathan Fielder production.
Whoa.
He's not in it, but it is like someone that he like came up with in those circles, and he produces the show, and from what I understand, it's a very Nathan Fielder-esque program.
Yes.
We are actually producing a show at GameSpot, and one of the like mood board things was How To with John Wilson, and I've had a lot of people recommend it, and it's just like one of those things where like, I'll get to it and get to it, but it's snuck up on my list because we're gonna make something that's kind of gonna be in that tone. But anyway, continue because I want to hear about it.
Well, Dan, I mean, we were just talking about it, and then I realized, like, I don't think any of you guys watch this. Dan would love this show too. Dan, it's so the guy who films everything, John Wilson. They're all like mini documentaries. They're like 20 to 30 minutes long, and it's like how to make a friend, how to be spontaneous. This one was how to be a sports fan, like this week, which was so fucking funny. But the weird thing about him is like he does not make anything look nice. He shows just like life in America for just how fucking dirty and weird and gross and bizarre and like anxious and awkward and weird everyone is. And he lives in New York City, so like you are getting like the opposite of the way places like to, you know, show the hustle and bustle in New York City. You're getting just like, you know, the way Seinfeld talks about people at the DMV. That's who is starring in this show. It's amazing. It's amazing because the weird thing he does, and it's like a very specific style, but as he is talking, because you're not usually seeing him, it's all just through the camera, as he's talking and he's like telling a story or transitioning to like the next scene, he will use B-roll for everything he's saying in either very literal or very abstract metaphors, but all of the B-roll is fucking psychotic, and you're just going from shot to shot to shot as he's saying something. And what your visuals are seeing that's corresponding with like might just be this completely normal conversation is like, here's a guy like taking a piss like on the street, someone else like picking his nose and just like wipe. Like this guy is just people watching 24/7 and filming it and using all of this for B-roll. It is an unbelievable look at humanity.
Yeah.
The humanity.
There was a clip that was going around Twitter a couple of weeks ago from the latest season, and it's like a kid living in Brooklyn, and he's like showing his Brooklyn apartment, and he's like, and he points and he goes, "This is my bed, and this is the Bedford-Stuyvesant subway stop," and the camera pans to the window, and I know the apartment building he lives in based on like what he's talking about. Like that train goes right by the window, and it's just holding on the window, and you hear the guy in the background just go, "Yeah, I bought curtains because I thought they'd help with the sound. They don't." I was like, this is a funny looking show. I definitely want to.
It's so good. The guy also basically like he treats his life like it's improv. He ends everything because he knows if he just follows every opportunity possible presented to him, he will end up in the most bizarre places. Like the sports one that just came out, he goes to like a Mets game and then he like sees some guy who's, you know, fucking like at every sports event, there's always like a couple of people that like really take being the ultra fan like too far. And like every inch of this guy was just covered in Met stuff. He has like fucking LED signs on him and shit too, just like saying like go. So he goes up to the guy, starts talking to him, goes back to his house with this guy, and he goes home with him, and he's like, and you just imagine like what is this person's life like? You ever see anyone out in the world? You're like, I wonder what that person is like. This guy is like, he's like, I'm gonna find out. That's what it's like in every episode. But then at some point it just turns and it's not even about sports anymore. And you're in this completely fucking weird place that you're like, wait, how did we get here? What was this? It's great. You got to watch this. We'll talk about it in the future. I'm sure in a couple weeks, one of you will come back and be like, all right, I started watching it. And then, then we're off to the races. I do want to talk about a game very quick. I beat Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Wow.
It was amazing. It was so good. I'm so hyped. I'm Star Wars out right now. I got my Grogu on.
I thought you were looking like Ace Ventura.
Oh, no. I got...
Honestly, you came on and my immediate thought was not any of that. It was, you're kind of dressed up how Matt would be dressed up.
Sure.
That was my first thought when I saw you today.
Yeah, Matt rocks the button down.
The button down open with the t-shirt.
Yeah. I have to say, as still a larger person, It's a great way to dress. It's a great way to dress.
I getcha. I
It
feel
is.
that.
I started doing it like
Yep.
a couple years ago, and I was like, you know what? I get it now. It's great.
With that, it's
Because then you can also just like have a bunch of white tees.
You
can
can only
just
do it as a
change them.
medium large person though.
I was not a medium large person.
The problem is when you become too large.
I was too large.
When you become too large a person, the shirt it kind of just does its own thing and doesn't look nice. So it doesn't hang over. It just kind of spreads.
Yeah.
And then you look like a guy who's just wearing an undershirt showing for no reason.
Sure. That being said, I am gonna hopefully soon have outshrunk this. But yeah, Star Wars, amazing. I haven't watched Ahsoka yet because I have to get T caught up on stuff with Ahsoka because I think that show is gonna be, you know.
I watched it as homework.
Does anyone have anything that they feel they want or need to talk about before we go to news? Tom?
I mean, does Tom really get a chance to talk since he... No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
The listeners probably want to hear about Baldur's Gate.
Do they?
I think they do.
I thought you were going to say
about Baldur's Gate.
They want to hear about Tom's life. I'm like...
I mean,
Tom's life is Baldur's Gate.
It's true after Brooke moved out.
Yeah, after Brooke moved out. Not currently. I actually haven't played any Baldur's Gate in the last week. But I did do Pokemon Go Fest at Randall's Island, which was... I'm Pokemon pilled again, lads.
Hell yeah.
That is so weird to me.
You sent me a gift. I couldn't figure out how to open it.
You just tap on it.
I got the notification, that I got a gift from you. I opened the app and it made me go through some splash screen or whatever, and I don't have anything popping up or prompting me to... maybe I need to open it again because I hadn't opened it in a while.
If you do, just tap on your profile and then swipe right to friends.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah, so this was not a planned thing. This was just like, hey, do you want to come to Randall's Island to play Pokemon Go? And I got Brooke and I used to play, as you know, so we both went and we had a ton of fun. The whole island was taken over. There was big tents for each of the teams, like huge canopies that people could meet up at. They'd built little podium, like little Pokemon battlegrounds that you would have a battle on, but for like people to stand in. So they were like designated spaces to battle each other. And they'd even built one of the gym towers. I saw a picture of that. That was pretty cool. It had LED screens that showed which team at any given time was like controlling it. Because remember, that was how the gyms worked. It was the teams would take control of them. And still same three. It's Mystic, Spark, and Valor. Yeah, the game hasn't changed a lot since the last time there's Team Rocket in. This game hasn't changed a lot in the... No, they've added some stuff. They've added some cool stuff. There's routes now, which is cool, where it you can tell the game will have it'll be like, oh, you want to go for a walk? Here's a really good route to check all of these. Do they number them in the game? Oh, that's cool. Route 45. No, I don't think so. Yeah, that's a cool idea though. Yeah, there's little this game like is that. 3, maybe 4. This game is 4 months younger than this podcast. It should be a little bit more different than it is. They're putting out Pokemon as slow as we're doing episodes. Well, they've caught up now. They're doing Paldea. They've got... Oh, really? They've done all the other regions at this point? Yeah. So they just added or are about to add Paldean Pokemon. There's Mega Evolutions in it, which is cool. So yeah, it's fundamentally, I would say, not different, but there's just layers to it. Yeah. And yeah, it's just that thing of we've been playing. I've been going on walks. I sent you lads a picture because I had to go to Walgreens to pick up a prescription, and I was playing, and I looked behind, a block behind the Walgreens. I'm like, oh, there's a big park there with multiple Pokestops, very clearly a park. And then we go there, and it's the West New York Splash Park, and so there's a kids mini water park there, and a mini soccer field, and it's beautiful. And it's really weird because it's not the main street a block away is not great. It's just whatever. And how long did you stand there and watch? we moved on pretty quickly. Good. But yeah, so been playing that. Brooke's been playing as well. Been going on walks. I gave Brooke also my old Apple Watch. and set that up for her with all the health stuff. And she has been like,
can you do Pokemon Go stuff on it?
Yes, you can.
Cool.
Yeah. And which was partly the reason why I set it up for her, because I was like, if we're going to the park, it might be something we want to do. And she has been like all about her steps and her calorie meter and all of that, the rings. So that's been funny to watch her do that. Yeah, and yeah, so that's my update.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I think it's time for some news. Tom, you missed a complaint from Tuna.
Oh.
Gamescom, opening night live, some cool game announcements. A lot of games that are coming out just got more trailers, or we just saw more stuff. But that Killer Clowns from Space looks like that might be fun. That's a game I would play on Game Pass. What else? What do we got there, Tom? What's the big news?
From Gamescom, they showed off the first gameplay. This wasn't available to the public. This was behind closed doors, not gameplay footage of the Fallout TV show, starring Walton Goggins, and that is apparently it's going to be set in LA. And they've never done, other than Vegas, which is Vegas considered West Coast? That's as far west as
it's the same time zone, so I would say yeah.
There we go. But this is going to be LA, which they've never done. It's going to follow Vault 33, which is also a vault that we've never seen in the game. So it is going to be an original thing, which I think is good that they're not.
It would be dumb to not, to do. Don't tie yourselves to what a writer for a video game came up with, 2 decades ago.
Yeah. So yeah, as Chris mentioned, a lot of the stuff at the reveal announcement was stuff that we already knew about. Starfield got a live action trailer, which is pretty cool. Definitely get you excited. We saw the first trailer for Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. His gritty Star Wars, as he's kind of describing it. So that's coming out. That's a movie that's coming out in December.
Did this start as like a thing he tried to pitch to do a Star Wars or something like that? Is what I remember reading, is that he wanted to make a Star Wars and it like just wasn't gonna happen.
Like they were like, you're not getting anywhere near this franchise. I'm not sure. Let me pull up and find out.
I'll look it up. You tell us about more news.
I mean, do you want me to take over the news, or?
Yeah, sure. Tell me about the news, Tuna.
How much do you know about games?
You got any good news stories?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Yeah, he did. He pitched it in the 2000s.
What you got?
PlayStation Portal, Sony's new sort of gaming handheld, is coming this year for $200.
I don't get this thing. Can you explain it to me, Tom? Because I understand that the advantage to this over the backbone is that you're going to get the actual haptic triggers and stuff that the DualSense has. But is it going to actually perform better? Because I know they were like, oh, it'll work 1080 60, but I'm like, well, shouldn't my phone be able to do 1080 60? Because the hardware in my phone is much better. Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, there is very.
You're just spending an extra $100 to have the bigger screen and the controls.
Yeah, because it is the only like real benefit, or the only thing that's really different is like, the controls have haptic feedback and all of those things. Yeah. It's an actual controller as opposed to any of the mobile gadgets. But you could also just like Bluetooth the DualSense to the phone and figure that out. So it's like you could huge deal.
Bluetooth a DualSense to an iPad and play on a 13-inch screen wherever I am in my house.
Although maybe they don't do the haptics to it. I don't know how that works. But either way, it's not big enough of a thing. The other thing that it does is that it uses this new fucking proprietary audio thing called PlayStation Link, which is what is it? Like low latency, high fidelity, lossless audio.
I think it's similar to what Apple does.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
With the
spatial
AirPods.
Audio and all that. Yeah. So this thing doesn't support Bluetooth. So you can't use regular headsets with it. You either need to have wired headphones or use these new. They're allowing the SDK so that third parties can make PlayStation Link capable headsets, but no Bluetooth at all.
That's so stupid.
Yep.
But again, I guess it makes sense if it's a latency issue, but
right, they're just trying to like go for this like low latency thing. Yeah, and it doesn't stream from the cloud. It's only remote playing. So
right.
it's
local Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's no, and yes, it only has Wi-Fi too. So it's like there are no the only benefit really is that if you really need to play at your PlayStation 5 remotely and you are worried about running out of battery on your phone, you have a dedicated device that doesn't
sure
eat away at that. But I don't know. I don't know who this is for. At $200, I don't know. Tuna's not going to pick it up.
He could play PS5 games while he's sitting on his couch.
Because he never does that.
Well, no, I mean like when it's like with the old kid.
Sure, but he could do that on his phone. Like all of the stuff that this thing can do, you can do on your phone. So I don't know.
Is that the sales pitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
That's the thing I don't get. It's just look, if you really like it and you really want the DualSense, then get it. But you could also just get the specific Sony backbone that has the fucking PlayStation button or whatever.
Yeah,
you need. It's got
none of the features to me are worth $200.
Yeah. Okay, like that's what I figured.
Yeah. So,
anything else worth talking about?
Tuna, what else we got?
Nothing.
Nothing. There we go. Yeah, not a lot else was announced at Gamescom. There was that Thank Goodness You're Here game. It's the next game from the Untitled Goose Game people, which is cool. So that got announced. Yeah, there wasn't a ton of huge announcements. It was just like deeper looks at other titles.
Are you surprised?
No, because he came out ahead of time. Jeff Keighley came out ahead of time. It was like, we're really just looking at games that we've already announced. There will be a very small amount of new announcements. And someone ran onto the stage and like they did at the Game Awards last year, and someone ran on stage and was like making comments about GTA 6 and stuff like that. And they got taken down.
I thought I saw online. I don't know if it's true or not because I just saw like memes and shit. Or little blurbs, and it was like, wasn't like Bill Clinton wants GTA 6 or some stupid shit?
Yeah, because the kid at the Game Awards at 2002 who came onto the stage made some comment about Bill Clinton.
Okay.
And apparently this person who got pulled off the stage is like a well-known German prankster, like he's an influencer. Gotcha. Who does shit like this, and so
yeah, and then people looked at like what he said, and it was like, oh, this comes from like some kind of alt-righty boards and stuff. It's like a meme there, so like probably shouldn't repeat this.
Yeah, so it's it was a whole thing, but hopefully that never.
It was like a John Wilson documentary.
Yeah, right. Exactly, like, exactly.
We start here, we end up over there. Great.
Yeah,
cool. Well, then let's move on. Because
perfect.
We got some mail. Mail time. Email at unrankedpodcast.com, 805-738-8692. Give us a call. Call in. Next time you're like, I'm going to go to the Discord, click on questions for the pod and leave a question. Unless it's like late. But you know what? If it's like after midnight and you're partying, that's actually the best time to call in. 805-738-8692 to leave your question. Or, go to the Discord. That works. Speaking of the Discord, got some questions there for you guys. Some of which I noticed Dan decided to just go ahead and comment on early.
I wanted to put my answer out there so that everyone knew right away.
Sure. Narcus.
Sure.
Zombie apocalypse has hit the world. What would you do, and who would survive the longest?
Yeah, I feel like if it really is here and it's coming, I'm dead. Pretty quickly.
Well, you're never leaving your house, so you're just barricading.
Yeah, I mean that's what it really is. But we're gonna run out of food, and then we're gonna starve to death, and then that's the end of it. And then, of course, because I'm the dad and the guy, I have to die first, I guess. And then I don't know.
Whoa! That is not true.
That's not within the genre at all.
Last of Us, father-daughter simulator, right there.
I got to make the sacrifice. Probably
you might not get that choice. Dude. And then you have to make the sacrifice of having to survive to keep your kid alive.
Tuna being a Joel-like character is the funniest idea. Is the funniest fucking idea. I want to see that show, The Last of Us parody with Tuna as the Joel.
He walks into like a city, like the bridge is broken, and he just goes,
Yeah, what I want to ask you, the more pertinent question I think is, because you're in a zombie infested, fucked up world.
Let's make them slow zombies, classic zombies, just for the
Okay, Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Esque situation. I'm not even talking about survivability. I want to know, are you getting annoyed at everything, or is it because the situation is what it is that you're like, well, I can't be annoyed about like the fact that I need so many ration cards to get food,
No,
or like the tap is off or whatever.
That doesn't go away. That is always on.
It's only
so...
worse.
Tuna just be complaining to me like, what's the deal with these zombies? Like, what's the point if they're all slow?
Like, dude, if there was a real zombie apocalypse, I'd be fucking pissed. There's no more there's no more video games. There's no more
But your consoles still work, but there are no more online.
Yeah, but do they still work? I mean, I feel like power is iffy. So, you know, I mean, at this point, I'm just like, this, like, the whole thing just sucks. Like, survive for what?
Well, that is
for the sake of surviving? Fuck that.
Yeah.
Well, the zombies are going to die out at some point, right?
Yeah, but then what am I left with? Fucking.
So what's your plan? In a zombie apocalypse, just paint the walls?
No, just hang out here as long as I can. Stick it out. And,
have a pint and wait for all this to blow over.
Yeah,
well,
short of the dead.
Let's address the elephant in the room. As to who would last the longest, I feel like Tom and Dan are in the worst two situations by being in a building with other people. You're in a much more
in a building with other
Let's
people.
say I get out of the
building.
Let's say I'm out of the building already.
Okay, but where are you getting to so that you're going to survive out of the building? Because now you're leaving your food and your shelter. What are you going to do? Because you're not driving.
Because
you brought up
like,
look, I'm not trying to
just leave.
I'm not trying to be a dick here, but
no, I'm just.
The question is who's going to last longest, and I think you're going down first because you also said you can't drive.
Jesus Christ!
Well, hold on, I can't drive legally. Zombie apocalypse, that's out the fucking window. I've driven cars before.
Yeah, but you said you can't feel your leg when you drive, so you're going to.
I have trouble stopping. That's not the problem when I'm running over zombies.
What do you mean?
It's going to be a problem when you run into a wall.
Well, no, I can slow down. I just need to think. Like, it needs to be something I'm like looking ahead of. If like someone ran out in the street, they're getting run over. Right. If a wall is there, I can turn before a fucking wall or stop. I mean, I'm turning because I'm not stopping. It's a zombie apocalypse. I'm moving.
I'm just saying. I think the odds are stacked against you in this scenario here.
I don't know. Tuna's gonna leave. He's gonna stay in his house and blow his brains out, or whatever he plans on doing.
I don't have a gun. There's no gun here. I have no idea what's gonna happen. But
he's got a backyard. He could grow food.
Yeah, I think Tuna's
everyone has
surviving.
But everybody has a backyard at that point. Like, you can move into any house.
Yeah, but you can solidify your house, right? Like, you have a fence, right? You got fence. So you have a house. You could secure your space. You also have that unfinished basement. You could get dirt. You could grow potatoes, like the Martian.
Tom, when we were there, how much of that fence open? Just like the whole time we were there?
How much of the fence opened? There was
no. I'm saying he had a gate to the fence. How long was that open? The entire time we were there?
I was not paying attention to the
gate.
You could get in a car and take off. Alex could go outside and close his gate.
He's got the pizza oven. You know,
he's going outside.
He's going to be eating pizzas for a while. Yeah.
I think there's also some time before the apocalypse gets really bad where there's going to be people who are like,
Chris has got his espresso machine. Like,
there's no way that's fucking happening.
Well, I also have my earthquake kit, so I have enough food and water for at least 2 weeks at all times.
Yeah, you might be a bit better prepped in that situation.
Yeah.
So like I
got a stocked fridge full of drinks back there.
We have a fold-out solar panel. We have just like a variety of things that you kind of need if you could, get stuck in a bad earthquake situation.
You also have that roof situation, which if like they broke in or something, you could leap to another roof pretty easily.
In fact, I could also just break the stairs from the first floor, and then we have 2 floors plus the roof. So like I could solidify the ground level, but then make it so that if someone got into the house, they would have difficulty going up.
At some point, you'd have enough zombies where they're just kind of stacking on each other till they reach the next level.
We're not doing World War Z zombies. We're doing.
No, I'm just saying eventually, whether it be the first month or a year, at some point, the zombies going to run.
Oh, I feel like once the outbreak happens, which is when like you have the zombies everywhere situation, which is it's when that scales up and that event unfolds. I feel like if you make it outside of the first 30 days, it is much more survivable because the zombies start to deteriorate. So you just got
because they run out of
you got to make it 30 days. I got the garden. I got the hydroponic garden. My only issue would be like is if or when running water goes. That would be where I would die. Is I'm gonna run out of fucking water living in LA.
Hey man, the new LA, you got water all the time coming from the
Yeah,
sky.
Yeah,
fucking
that
storming
seems
left
to be-
and right now.
Oh my god, that happened this last week. What an annoying weekend that was for me. Because I had to worry about the wind. Our wind was projected between 40 and 70, and on the roof it's always even faster. So like I always have to deal with the wind anyway. So I had to take down I have a sail shade. I have to take that down because if the wind gets over 30 miles an hour, like it can do like real damage. Because
you
can,
would
like,
be
rip
like
the
in
posts
that
out of the-
video.
You'd be an up.
Yeah, so I had to take that down, but then I had to worry about the hydroponic garden, I was thinking I would just drain it and bring it inside, but the tomato plant and the cucumbers have gotten so gigantic I couldn't even get it in the house. So I took all the seats inside.
How big did these tomatoes get that the coffin?
No, the tomato plant is the
Gotcha.
the plant. It's
Okay.
like it's basically
They're
like a bush.
basketballs.
It's like the size of a bush now. It's huge. We got a ton of fucking tomatoes coming in. Huge cucumbers. It's great. It was such a huge pain in the ass. And then it took me all day yesterday to reset everything. I had to like stack everything around to try and protect it. The only thing that got hurt was one of the tomato plants. One of the things like snapped, but it was one of 3 branches, so not that bad. But that earthquake was something.
Was it a bad one?
It was a 5.0. It wasn't that close to us, but because I'm in a tall, skinny townhouse, when you're on the first floor, you don't. It's kind of like, oh, when you're on the top, which is where I was, everything was moving. I look over, the mirrors fucking doing this, like the ceiling fan's fucking moving. I was like, oh shit.
Did you hide under anything?
No, I looked for my cat, and then by the time I found the cat, it had stopped. So I was like, okay. Yeah. So that was an event. There was something else. I don't know, but it feels like we should move on to another question.
All right.
Okay.
Psych Mike, how do you take your orange juice? No pulp? Lots of pulp? Vitamin D
No
plus
pulp.
calcium? Yeah, no pulp.
Yeah,
no
no,
pulp.
no
What
pulp.
kind of psycho? I was talking to. I brought this up because the question got asked, and I, of course, answered orally. But I was talking to my mom, and I was like, "Who in their right mind just eat an orange if you want pulp?
Yeah,
If you want
I
that
agree.
shit, just eat a fucking orange."
I agree
Who's
with
like, what other fruit? What other fruit would you be like? Can I just juice this a little bit of the way, and that's good enough? Like,
Yeah.
just
Well,
fucking.
Yeah, no, I'm with you totally. The pulp is disgusting.
I don't
Why
want
would you ever
solids in
drink
my
orange
juice.
juice with pulp is beyond me.
Yeah, I agree. It's just like little
Yeah,
orange
I
sperm.
love feeling like I'm drinking like thin.
You want some?
worms
You want
while
some
I'm-
apple
while
with
I'm-
seeds? You want some apple juice with some seeds in it?
Yeah,
No.
Thin
ridiculous.
worms.
Yeah,
Gross.
I just don't need gritty orange juice.
You don't
Yeah.
you don't like aloe then either, Tuna, with the like jelly things.
The jelly
no.
things. Yeah.
They got like they kind of got their own pulp, and it's like a little bit gelatinous.
What's the difference
Boba
between?
tea. What's your feeling on boba?
Oh, I
tea?
love boba.
Okay.
Oh,
Love
when
the
you
Bobs.
come, you'll have to. We have a boba
Love
place
the
on our
Bobs.
corner.
All right,
It's great. It's called
The,
Tea-Pop.
let's do it.
What's the difference taste wise between the calcium and no calcium? Does anyone notice the difference? I've
Yeah, they
never
put
noticed
milk
the
in
difference.
one. They don't put it in the other.
Shut up.
It's like an orange creamsicle.
No, it's not.
But yeah, but there you go.
I don't know.
I don't know what's the
I have
difference at
no
all.
idea.
It's probably
No
just more
calcium, no
gritty.
calcium. More gritty with thin worms.
You want extra?
Just dirt and worms.
No, because I've had the
Got
the
some dirt and
calcium
worm
stuff, and it's just it
juice.
tastes the fucking same to me.
I never really thought about that because yeah, you're right. There are no calcium orange juice, but I never given it a moment's thought.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I just kind of buy whatever. I'm not a pulp hater. I would say I don't drink.
You're a
orange
pulp
juice.
enablist.
Yeah, exactly. I don't drink enough orange juice to really this to be a thing that
Sure.
I have such a hard stance. I would probably go for a no pulp if I had the option, but if it had pulp in it,
You ever
I'm
get
fine
caught
with
at like a
some thin
friend's
worms.
house and like their
Mm.
parent, like growing up, and their parents were like, "Oh, do you want some orange juice?" And you'd be like, "Yeah," and then it has pulp in it, and you're just like,
Yes,
Oh.
"Yeah,
it's happened to
it's
me.
The worst.
Or you
It is
get it,
yeah.
and they don't tell you like, oh, it's orange banana, or it's like
Oh,
orange
yeah.
pineapple.
yeah.
Some
And
weird extra thing.
Sometimes
It's
it's fine. Sometimes it's
weird
fine, but
shit.
you gotta tell me.
like warn me.
Mhm.
I
Gotta
want
tell
to make the
me.
decision before it's a surprise.
My
I gotta know what it
version-
is before it goes
My
in my mouth.
version of pulp is stop putting bananas in every smoothie. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
there are places that will do fruit smoothies, and you look at the menu, and every option has banana in it, and I'm like, I don't want this texture, I don't want this taste. Just give me like a mango smoothie that is just mango. Stop putting bananas.
Get your bananas out of my smoothies.
Yeah.
Get your smoothies out of my bananas.
There's your name of the episode. Get your bananas out of my smoothie. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's great for SEO.
Jandrick, Rogue writes in. Yes. Is there any way Tuna can eat this as a task? Which is interesting because you don't do the task. Well, you make the task, you don't read them.
But I'm sure you'd love to eat it.
Yeah, I think you know what you should do as like a gift, because we're not getting a trophy. Whoever wins should get to pick,
don't know that yet.
Should get to pick for you to do something, and we should all just pick that Alex has to eat this. It's because you like sour stuff.
Why would I ever sour stuff?
It's sour dill pickles.
It's a warhead's pickle.
Yeah, it's a pickle.
Like I was like, it's a sour thing. He's not gonna have a problem with it.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not gonna have a problem with that.
I think you need to set up like a throne gifts thing just for you, Tuna, where all the things on there are just sour candies you want people to buy for you.
Fine.
Final question.
Yeah.
From Big Boss Nasty. If due to an accident you were no longer able to speak, which video game character's voice would you choose to use permanently?
Joel's.
Trick question. I can't speak either way. There's no voice.
Why can't I use Joel's?
I didn't say you can't use Joel's. I don't understand what Dan said.
Oh.
You said you can no longer speak. Whose voice do you want? Doesn't matter if I can't speak.
Oh.
Sure, you're using a video game character's voice. It's implied that we're intelligent enough to understand that the person is typing something in and then it's playing a voice out. But
I don't know.
I explain that to you. I can do that again.
The way to go on this.
I mean, it technically didn't say that that isn't the case. It just it led space for you to figure that out. But
it didn't say it was though. And you're also assuming that we're all very smart.
Well, all the information's on the test.
All the information. Okay, very nice. Fair enough.
Joel's fine. I want the Smash Brothers voice announcer.
Oh, okay.
Smash
I thought you were just thinking it's Smash Brothers. I was like, who the fuck are the Smash Brothers?
Yeah.
Tom, what would you pick?
That would be so.
That would be so annoying. That would be so
all
annoying
the time.
Master Chief, I feel like is a good one.
Oh, it is a good one.
It's a normal voice.
That would also get weird at times though too. He comes over to like hang out with you and your kid. How are you doing?
That's like saying Batman.
Would you like to play Batman? He has the gruffness, but it's also a little bit more.
Or you could do the Halo announcer. Overkill.
Yeah.
That's just the same awfulness.
Double kill.
That sounds like
spectacular.
That sounds like Bonesaw from
time for Baldur's Gate 3.
He's ready.
That's exactly
what
it sounds
for 3 minutes.
Capture
who was that wrestler? Which wrestler was Bonesaw? Was that?
It was it Randy Savage?
That's what I was thinking, right?
Yeah, probably. If it sounds like that, that sounds like that's.
I think it was. Yeah,
that's what I thought.
It sounds like the Crazy Taxi announcer too. Crazy Taxi.
Yeah,
that would be a fun voice.
That would be
a fun voice.
Yeah. That'll be good.
Hey guys, what's up?
All right, so I have a game for you guys to play. Would you like to play it?
Yes. Sure.
Okay,
let's do it.
All right.
Is it better than Tuna's game?
It will be better than my game.
Oh, I fucking hate.
I can guarantee this will be better than my game. Chris, don't ruin it. I don't know what it is, but
no, you do know what it is. I told you. I told you last week. When Alex was like,
forgot already.
I told Alex, I told you last week when I texted the group, I go, got a great game for today. And Alex goes, oh, can I do one?
Oh, all right. Whoops. I know what it is.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know what it is.
All right. So today, where's the,
you never know with Chris, though. You never know if it's going to be like.
You never know. Keep
going. Yeah. If you're
today,
going to get frustrated.
I have 6 video clips for you. Each one of them contains moments, not the whole thing, but clips and sections from video game ads. All of these are retro ads. So today these are all
what
from
does retro mean?
Between 20 and 40 years ago.
Vintage or retro, Chris?
No, these are all retro. They're not vintage. Very specifically.
Okay.
So these are retro games between 20 and 40 years ago. They're all home console. So there you go. I'm gonna play the clip.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna text me your answers. We're gonna go one at a time.
What are we?
So we're gonna do all. We're gonna. No, you're
Yeah, we're
picking
gonna
the
do all
game.
6. We're gonna do one at a time because I have the reveals like for the answers built in, so it's just
Wait.
easier.
And
All
we're
6 are one at a
texting
time.
what it's a game.
Yeah, you're gonna text me what game it is.
Okay, gotcha.
Got it.
Go to youtube.com/Unranked podcast if you want to watch along. If you're listening now,
Dad. Let's do it. Pumped.
All right. Your first game.
Okay.
Wonder if I'm gonna remember.
I gotta get
Can't
out
even-
quick, or we all fade away to nothing. Save it! I'll clean it up, Mom. I promise. Almost. Mom, Dad, this.
I'm gonna play it again.
Okay.
You got to play that again.
Now, obviously, I cut out all of the scenes where they're saying the name
Playing
of
the
the
game
game,
or
or
saying
they're
the
playing
game,
the
sure.
game.
Sure.
So I'm gonna play it again.
Yeah, go ahead.
I gotta get out quick, or we all fade away to nothing. Save it! I'll clean it up, Mom. I promise. Almost. Mom, Dad, this.
It's also like the resolution is so poor. I can't even tell what the controller he has in his hands. Like,
Yeah.
Wait, can you
These
play
are,
one?
I think every single game here is on the NES.
Can you?
I was gonna say
Okay.
it looked like an NES controller.
did look
Yeah, I
like
think
an
it's NES.
NES
Can you play it one more time because the music is very familiar to me? But go ahead.
I will also say from our childhood, probably not. Probably a little before,
Mhm.
especially Tom.
I gotta get out quick, or we all fade away to nothing. Save it! I'll clean it up, Mom. I promise. Almost. Mom, Dad, this.
Okay.
what does he say when his sister gets punched? It sounds like he says, "Oh, bitch."
No. He says you missed because
Oh,
the
you
punch was coming
missed,
for
you
him, but it hit the
missed, you
sister
missed.
instead. He doesn't give a
Alright.
shit about her though.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I hated you."
I
never
feel like I
wanted
don't
This
know
game
this one at
came
all.
courtesy of Matt Acevedo.
Mm.
Because this is a thing we did on our show. We did it with like old product commercials, and then when I was hanging out with Matt and our old EP, he was like, "Oh, you should just do that with the games." I was like, "I should do that." I'm checking for my answers.
Just threw a guess out
All right,
there.
I have everyone's guesses. Let's start with Dan.
I threw out Kirby. I couldn't figure out what the fuck's going on.
Okay, and Tom.
I did Punch Out.
Okay, and Alex.
Back to the Future.
Oh,
answer
Oh, damn!
I'm
I
playing the Back to the Future
I didn't put
Nintendo
together
game.
that
I'm
was a
stuck in
game.
the pants and I gotta get out quick, or we all fade away to nothing. Uh-oh,
what's
bullies!
the punches? Oh, that's
Have a mark, musclehead! I'll clean it up, Mom. I promise.
Have a malt musclehead.
This
That's
takes
why he said I'll
perfect
clean it up, Mom.
time.
yeah.
Almost. Mom, Dad,
So if you fail, you
Back to the
disappear.
Future. It's almost like being in the movie. An interactive
It's almost
game from
like
LJN.
being in the movie. Oh my
Oh,
All right.
wait, how far we have come.
1 point to Alex. Here's your second commercial.
Have you played that one, Tease?
No, but the music. That's why I said I thought the music.
I will
and-
say this is already better than Tuna's game. So
I said it was going to.
I know. I
He did. Alex. When I texted Alex what I was doing, he goes, "Oh, that's way better than mine."
Yeah.
Entertainment system.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I'll play it a couple times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Entertainment system.
I mean, you're basically getting this is like 2/3. This ad is like 16 seconds long, so you're getting the majority of this commercial. Just so you know.
Yeah.
You want one more time, or is everyone good?
I
It's
said
like I'm
mine.
just not gonna-
I don't know if I know it.
I don't know it, but
I don't know it either. I'm sending a guess.
Mm-mm. I definitely don't know it.
You just type an old game then.
Yeah.
you got a shot. Is this ET the extraterrestrial?
That was a little before the time of this. Although there's
I
been
know,
a
I
lot
know.
of ET games. You'd think they would have stopped after that one.
Okay.
It's a lot of desert to buried things.
All right, we'll start with Alex.
I just said Fighters with a Z.
Okay, Dad, Fighter.
I said Street Fighter with no Z.
And Tom.
Double Dragon.
The answer is
Double Dragon 2, The
Oh,
Revenge
shit.
for your Nintendo Entertainment System.
It was literally like that was
The best action game ever from Acclaim.
the best action game ever from Acclaim.
Are you going to give me a point for that?
Yeah, no,
Or
you get a
give me
point for
okay.
that.
Hold on.
Yes.
Do they just mean the best action game that Acclaim ever made?
No,
I
I don't
mean,
think that's what they mean.
Listen, this game is really good. I fucking love Double Dragon.
Double
so.
Dragon's great. I simply was like, oh, Double Dragon is the guys that are the red and blue, like that
Sure.
too. So
Sure.
Mega.
yeah, that's good though.
Nice job.
Although if I was like, it's got the red and blue guys as a clue, you'd be like, I don't know, that's every video game.
Yeah.
Halo?
All right. Game number 3.
We invited an expert team to our laboratory to give us their opinions of a video game from Capcom.
Yes. Awesome. Totally hot. Way radical, man. It's a quacker. Oh.
It's Wacko.
It's a what? It's a what do you say?
I'll play it again.
It's so hot.
My favorite part about this one was after like all of those reactions, there was like a clip of the game, but cutting them out, it just goes reaction.
It's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Cutting commercials without the product is funny.
We invited an expert team to our laboratory to give us their opinions of a video game from Capcom.
Yes. Awesome. Totally hot. Way radical, man. It's a quacker. Oh.
What did he say?
Totally hot. And then that kid goes quacko. I think I have my answer.
Okay.
That's fucking funny. That one's funny. This is good.
What was the name of that game?
Totally
Wasn't it like called like
hot.
what was that
We
guy's
probably shouldn't say it out loud.
out
Whatever.
loud.
No, come on, say it out loud.
Hold on. What was the name of that game though?
That was so funny.
I don't remember.
I'm just gonna keep.
No,
I have enough of other ones already to do a second round of this at some point. That'll probably just
All right,
do in the
good.
next month, and then I'll probably have to move to more modern ones. I'm just waiting on. Oh, I did get Tom, so I didn't see that. Okay, great. Let's just start with Tom.
Mega Man.
Dan.
I just said Street Fighter again. I don't know. Just throwing shit at the wall.
Alex.
I said Toe and Joe.
Are you
But
thinking
that's not
Toe
the name
Jam
of
and
the-
Earl?
No,
Toe
I'm not
Jam and
thinking
Earl.
of Toe Jam and Earl. I'm
Oh.
thinking of those two cavemen. It was like a 2-player game.
I have no idea what this is.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna Google it.
Well, here's the answer. All guesses are wrong.
Joe and Mac.
We invited an expert team to our laboratory to give us their opinions of Disney's DuckTales video game from Capcom.
Yes.
DuckTales.
Awesome.
You'll have exciting
Quack
adventures
wasn't
helping
the- I thought
Scrooge
they were
McDuck
saying
escape
something else.
danger and become the richest duck in the world.
Cool. Totally hot. Way radical, man. Excellent.
It makes the
It's
rest
a
of the
quacker. Oh.
Disney's DuckTales game for your Nintendo Entertainment System by Capcom.
Totally radical.
God.
The
You know,
DuckTales game.
It's really funny. It's almost more funny with the context when that like 5-year-old girl goes totally hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that was good.
It's 1-1. Here we go. 0. Here we go. This is the 4th clip, I believe.
Oh yeah, yep.
If it's
That's
not,
it.
I'm gonna be mad.
Does everyone send in an answer already?
Yep.
Mhm.
If it's if
All right.
it's not
In
this
unison,
game,
can everyone tell me what game this is?
Paperboy.
Paperboy. I'm on Nick Arcade all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the answer. It's honestly, this is a great commercial. I could have cut more around the kid riding the bike, but that felt unfair. I wanted to keep it more,
Yeah.
It's a great ad. It's exactly the video game.
Yeah.
Warning. Such behavior
Which
is
I will
irresponsible,
say-
immature, and very foolish.
Maybe not
we
the best
recommend
decision.
you try it at home.
Home.
Paperboy.
Oh my
from
God, look
Muncie
at it.
For your Nintendo Entertainment System.
Someone had in the early days of VR
Amazing.
when like the Oculus was just the Oculus Rift before it was like the Quest and you had to play on the PC. I remember seeing this and I still wish I really want to try it. Someone had made a 3D version of Paperboy to play in VR and hooked it up to like an elliptical machine. So they're like riding it like a bike, and they made it like motion sense. So they had to like pretend to like throw it was fucking cool as hell. I would totally do a Paperboy simulator. 2 left.
And there's another thing, Mikhail. The kids these days. Aye. They want to play. And it's not just in Russia. All over the world. Whatever happened to the unicycle? And the ball?
That can't be
That's
the
it.
commercial.
Yeah, that was the majority of the commercial, to be honest.
That's the
It's just-
majority. They didn't talk about anything.
Well, what about the unicycle?
Wow.
And there's another thing, Mikhail. The kids these days. Aye. They want to play. And it's not just in Russia. All over the world. Whatever happened to the unicycle? And the ball?
This is Alex in the future. What happened to the Nintendo?
He's somehow Russian.
No Russian.
Okay.
Oh, you know what?
Do you need it a third time, Tom, or are you going to guess?
No, I got it. I mean, I don't know.
All right. Let's start with Alex,
Angry Beavers.
then Tom.
Yeah, in the year 19.
It's a prequel to the TV show.
Yeah. I put Super Mario Bros.
And Dan.
I went Tetris.
And there's another thing, Mikhail. The kids these days. Aye. Tetris, Schmetris. All the time it's Tetris. They want to play.
Tetris game from
Not
Russia,
just
baby.
in Russia. All over the world.
right,
Tetris. Whatever happened to the unicycle? And the ball? In a changing world.
Wow.
Tetris. There's a whole movie about Tetris.
That's the whole
Yeah, I watched it.
movie,
Apple
the
TV.
whole
I told you guys to
Russian
watch it.
movie.
It's really fun. It's a really fun movie.
Oh,
Although
it is
Apple's
a
getting
fun movie.
sued now because there's a guy who wrote a book about Tetris, and he's like, yeah, they just took my whole book and turned it into their movie, and like
So
these-
watch it
these
before it gets
sources
taken
are
down.
these sources and like stories are like only exist in my book apparently. So it's like
Do they?
it's that was a really fun movie, Tetris.
Mhm.
All right,
I
it is
saw it
a
on a plane.
tie game all around. So here we go. 2 points all around. Final clip.
On your Nintendo Entertainment System.
Good times.
Turn you for your Nintendo Entertainment System.
I'm sorry. This is for a game, or this is
Yeah.
Set,
You wanted to get?
play it again?
yeah. Play it again, please.
On your Nintendo Entertainment System.
Good times.
Turn you for your Nintendo Entertainment System.
Wait till you see the full clip.
The fuck is this?
I can do a third time if anyone needs.
No.
Yeah,
I
no, I don't
do
think
it
it's
a
a
third-
matter
do it
of
a third
playing
time,
again.
please. Do it a
On
third
your
time.
Nintendo Entertainment System.
Good times.
Turn you for your Nintendo Entertainment System.
Okay. Isn't
Fuck it.
Fuck
That's fucking good.
I
What
hope that guy
app
starred
is
in movies
this?
after this.
What video player is this?
I don't know what you're talking about.
This is
Oh,
the
is this
unranked video
Zoom?
player.
I've just never seen this like media at the bar at the bottom.
QuickTime? Oh no, I'm in Keynote.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
So that's how I'm able to go from clip to clip to clip.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
All right, I have everyone's answer. Let's go with Dan
I was super wrong. I just threw Kirby out there. Someone said a hat.
Yeah.
and Alex
I went with Zelda.
and Tom.
Yeah, I went with Zelda too.
Watch Zelda become a legend on your Nintendo Entertainment System.
Zelda! Which way you go? Good times. Pee hands. Reverse. Zelda.
The Legend of Zelda. A never-ending adventure new for your Nintendo Entertainment System.
Zelda!
You could make that commercial for any fucking game. And
That was the worst commercial for that game.
Can we watch it again? Can we watch it again? Honestly,
we can, and it's just amazing to think about where Zelda is now as like one of the biggest video games of all time, and where this is how they were like, I know how to sell this to kids in America.
Right. This is amazing.
Watch Zelda become a legend on your Nintendo Entertainment System.
Which way you go? Good times. Pee hands. Reverse. Zelda.
The Legend of Zelda. A never-ending adventure new for your Nintendo Entertainment System.
I just don't know what the pitch. Like, what's the pitch?
I don't understand.
Crazy and zany.
The only reason I got
This guy
that
was
was
in
because I
movies.
made out Tech Tights.
Oh, I thought
Octoroks.
I thought you'd make out Octoroks.
Yeah.
In fact,
No,
Yeah,
Tech
that's why I would
Tights.
never get it.
the word for Octoroks was like too
Is-
clear too, so I covered it. Like I moved the video down to cover it a bit. So
What
that you
year
can't
did this
really-
commercial come out?
1980?
86?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Right? And then when
So-
Zelda came out?
The guy who did this commercial,
Yeah.
Rick Mayall,
Jeez.
was in a bunch of stuff around that. Like he was acting
Oh
actively,
yeah, that guy seems like he was doing a lot of stuff.
including a movie called Eat the Rich.
Oh,
Very nice.
comes full circle. All right, I am going to have a tiebreaker for you guys.
Oh. Okay.
I thought you were just gonna be like, yeah, just let him have it.
No,
I was
got it
about
right
to.
here. I got it right here.
Okay.
I'm picking a number between 1 and 100.
Mm-hmm.
I've written it down on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go first or second, Tom?
I go second.
Okay. It's not Price is Right rules.
It's just who's
It's
ever
just
closer.
who's ever's closer.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, you have to guess first.
50.
Tom.
Yep. 51.
All right. The answer? 33. Alex, you win. 51. You hedged your
Should have done
bets.
49.
Yeah, should have done 49. You flipped that coin. All right. Wow. What a way to end the show.
What a way.
What a
What a
way.
way to end the show.
I can't wait to watch that on next week's Previously On.
Pick a number between 1 and 100. 50.
Oh,
51.
God. You got it. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Go ahead, drop a line in the Discord. Join it if you haven't. Call in. I love getting those phone calls. 805-738-8692. Let us know what you're up to. What are you playing? What are you doing? What are you eating? What voice would you pick? Drop a line. Hang out. Listen to the show. Review it. Send it to your friends. Just download it. Take your friend's phone the next time they walk away from it. Leave 5 stars. Write a review.
And then smash on the ground so they can't
Yeah.
change it.
I'm saying right.
Suck it.
Okay.